Chapter 5. With each step upward I could hear my feet splash in the puddles of my mind. I climb up towards the third floor of the east wing. My head hasn't stopped spinning since this morning. I take a second to compose myself before entering the classroom. I take the handle in my palm and turn it. The door shakes the room as I open it, though nobody seems to pay any mind to that. I peek in and spot Yuri across the room. Slipping inside, I make my way over to her. Excuse me, mister. Only club members are allowed in at lunchtime. I look down to a kid who's coloring a picture. She looks to be in about ninth grade. Blue hair, pale face. I decide not to bother her too much about this. I've got to speak to Yuri, I say quietly. She's busy, mister, replies the girl. I look her over. I have to speak to Yuri. Please. Well, you can't, mister. Club members only. Why am I wasting my time? I begin as I walk past the girl. Suddenly, she goes into hysterics as I walk past her. Damn it, I say to myself. Yuri looks over to me and the girl's sitting beside me. She rushes over and crouches beside the blue-haired girl. What's wrong, Sarah? The girl whispers into Yuri's ear, allowing her to listen. Yuri nods reassuringly as Sarah speaks. I understand, but Mr. Sawyer here is a friend of mine, Sarah. He's okay. So, Miss Zenith has told you where I spend my free time, has she? I stare at Yuri. Her long dark hair, her deep, beautiful eyes, her fair skin. She seems somewhat nervous, though. I look down and see that she's wearing leggings and a long skirt that goes down to her knees. It's black and contrasts the white top that she's wearing. She has a button-up much like my own, though hers is ordained with frilly collars and cuffs. Yes, she did, I state. So, what brings you here then? Have you, have you come to join us? She asks with a shy laugh. No, I just wanted to talk to you, I express to her as I get nearer. I see, she smiles. Her eyes turn downwards and she's no longer looking at me. What about? I swallow hard and place my hands on her shoulders. How could I say this without sounding crazy? I'm sweating, surely. My hands are shaking before her own eyes. The room. Oh God, the room. I feel like I'm about to faint. Sawyer, what's the matter? My knees are shaking violently. I start to laugh. How about we sit down together, Sawyer? You're looking rather uneasy, dear, she says as she pulls me along. Yes, I think I would like that. Where shall we sit? I ask, placing a hand on my head. Yuri leads me back to the front of the classroom. Many of the people in the class are reading or conversing. Sit here, with me, she says as she sits beside the wall between it and the teacher's desk. I do as she bids and sit between herself and the desk. Here we might have some privacy. I know the class is somewhat busy. This is our refuge, Sawyer. Most of the people here have developmental disorders, but others like you and I... Well, dear Sawyer, we have something else that's off about us, don't we? I breathe deeply as I try to compose myself. I look at Yuri, who sits still with a patient smile. Did she just call me dear? Yuri? Yes? Did you call me something just now? I ask. I've only called you by your name, I think, she says to me. I look up and see her eyes turn down away from me. You did? I ask. Yes, Sawyer, I very much think so, she smiles. I bite my upper lip and nod. Yeah, okay. Are you all right? She asks. Can I hold you? Yuri seems quite surprised by my question. A streak of red moves across her face. Never mind, forget I said it. I'm sorry. I stop myself and grab my forehead. I'm really making a fool of myself, aren't I? Suddenly, Yuri holds out her hand to me, which, after looking to it and then to her face twice, I take greedily. I hold her and feel her warmth. I just have to be sure that you're real. I very much am real, Sawyer, she states. Maybe even the only real thing that you need. Yuri, have you ever thought about numbers? I ask.